Hello, team. This is Amin Jahel, aka Clean Techer, and we are back with the coding series here. For if you're following along, and I honestly hope you've got a better teacher than me, this is the coding for dummies. The first set I put up last week. I hope no one really needed to see it, but this is kind of done for someone specific. I realized there's a huge echo in the recording, and I'm kind of a novice recorder, so I don't really know a lot of the audio settings, and I'm just kind of making it through as I can. For a summary of what this is, you can take a look. If you want to help edit these, please be my guest. If you want to learn one-on-one, let me know, and I can kind of coach you based on that. But I saw no reason why everybody couldn't learn to code, so I kind of did it that way. This is basically just we're following the lab here that I had created, and if anybody wants the lab, you can kind of make a request for that, and I can send it to you. So last time, basically we finished step. So we're sort of just kind of getting to the point where we're setting up our computer to be able to get to step 7, and step 7 is really where we start to learn how to get code. How to do coding, but we've got to do 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in order to just set up our computer to be able to get to a point where we can start to actually write our own code and manipulate that. So yesterday or last class we got to we did step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. So those are all done, and now this time we're going to do step 5 here. If you're following this lab, I have it written down in a way that anybody can kind of follow it through. I've changed a few things here on the lab that I had stored locally just because the Mongo, this link stopped working, which they do a lot. They change the link, so it's cool now. We don't know how it works, so now we have to figure it out again, and you have to keep relearning the same stuff. Irrespective, step 3 here we did not do, which is to get git bash. A lot of you don't need git bash. If you're on an Apple computer, then you're pretty okay. But if you're not on an Apple computer, then you need a git bash terminal. What is a git bash terminal? Honestly, basically, git bash helps you code in Unix. So it allows you to interface with basically. My computer is a Microsoft computer. If I go into the local Microsoft terminal, that's designed for me to be able to talk to the local Microsoft computer itself. But if I want to talk to a program, because I'm writing a program for the internet, then I actually need a separate terminal. And this is kind of like a phone. I need a specific phone dedicated to coding, and that phone for some reason is called this. So download for Windows, most recent, other git bash window. I just need the most recent. So this is going to be git bash here. This is really just like when you're looking at the fancy hacking stuff on TV. And my favorite is obviously Die Hard with a Vengeance. And they show that like they've opened a window, and then all of a sudden they're doing fancy stuff on that window. That's usually like a terminal that they're using to do all that stuff on. And you know what? I don't think they really know what they're talking about, but this is just one of those terminals that you have to get down. So I'm just going to install it locally here. I don't usually change a lot of these things that are the default setting. So a lot of people, if you're very good at this, then you might have a specific place where you put a lot of these things. But if you're not sort of an expert and you're not like one of these like fancy coders, you might just be doing like what is the standard. The only time I pay a lot of attention to this is when I'm downloading the Mongo and getting Mongo set up. So it already exists, halal. So I probably already have this thing because I was coding, but you just have to install it. Would you like to install? No, then I don't have to. I'll just do it anyway so you can see. Just go next, git, next, next. Let git decide, next, 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 next. Like all of these should, okay, so I can't help it because I am an engineer, And engineering flow should not be this difficult if you're not if it's not required. You know, it should just kind of give you certain default things, and you shouldn't have to click through it like this. And the reason really is, unless you are very familiar with what these settings mean, they mean nothing to you, and they just serve to confuse you. So each next window is a point of potential confusion and error. And when you're designing engineering products, your intention really is to reduce human error. You know, because you want to design something that is self-contained in such a way that the one thing you're not going to see is human error. Because, I mean, you can't control. I'm a creative mistake maker. So, you know, people are always kind of stunned at the mistakes I've made, and they're always like, well, I can't believe you did this. Like, that's not what it was designed for. And I'm always kind of like, well, you can't really design for human error. If you could, then I don't think this would be the place that we live in. So I don't really need to see the release notes. Let's launch git bash, finish. And this now, alas, is git bash. My computer's name is Mingwa64. I don't know why I named the computer this, or if this is the default code, but you can see at desktop, and then this is coming in, and then usually you can tell, oh, this is where I sort of am in terms of where I want to go. There's certain codes, certain prompts that eventually become second nature to you, so these are consistent in a lot of languages that the terminal uses. So I'm only showing this because you can see that I said ls. Ls means that wherever you are in terms of the prompt, show me everything that is in that location. And that's important to understand, because whenever you're dealing with the computer from the terminal, a computer has relative positioning. So in order to understand like where you are, you have to like anchor yourself to something you understand. And so, you know, if you're just like, this is my computer, then you're like, okay, but where am I storing stuff? And then in that case, you have to be like, well, list everything that's in here so I can understand where the heck I am. And now you can see that you're sort of in this high level place, and I've got my desktop here, my documents are here, and all of this stuff. So CD, I forget what CD means, but go desktop. And now I'm on the desktop basically, and you see that because you know, now all of a sudden after this tilde is just this sign, this wavy sign that says nothing, I'm just air, and then it goes / desktop. You can also kind of if you want to go back up a step, so basically you don't want to go you know what, this is gonna bother me. Let's figure out what CD actually means. What does CD mean? What does CD mean in terminal? Change directory. Alas, huzzah. It means change directory. So we have changed directory. So basically now I can say CD and then go a period and then go enter, and then it did nothing. Sometimes I don't always remember what these prompts are, so I sometimes get confused how to go back a step, but I thought that was it. Nope. CD. I have no idea now. You know, this is so impressive. Even I don't know how to do all of these things. So you can kind of, I don't really need to go back up a step. I can just kind of cancel this terminal window. I honestly do that a lot. I don't want to pretend to be an expert user of the computer here, because I'm not. When I get very confused, I usually do pin this to the bar though, because then it's easy. So when I get extremely confused about where I am, my strategy in life is to cancel it and then start it again. And then it starts a new instance of it, and then it starts it right from scratch here, which makes it easy for me. So why are we using git bash? We are using git bash because we are on a Microsoft computer, and the local terminal for the Microsoft computer for us will only be used to open the Mongo connection. And well, we could, I don't know if we can use Git Bash to do that, but I like having two different terminals, one PowerShell and then one of these, because so this little signature here is a PowerShell. I like the PowerShell being separate because it looks different. And frankly, I'm not very smart. So sometimes I actually change the color of the PowerShell as well, because you can. And then that way I know that when I'm in PowerShell, I'm in PowerShell. And that is only for, like, you know, I'll just do this. Color schemes, save. And then go out of this thing. That did not, there we go. So now the writing is in a different color. I just know that I'm going to make a mistake. And so for me, how do I prevent making that mistake? I just have different terminals, and I've kind of come up with these systems where it's like, well, I already know if it's on PowerShell, it's not going to be code related. It'll just be the terminal. So for Mongo. And then I know that this is the main one that I have to use to do all the other stuff. So this is the one that I'll use for that. So that just error proofs myself, and I'm very, very error prone. Okay, so this step is done. X. Download and install Node.js. Let us do this. Okay, let's go. Node.js. Download. We are starting to get fancy. So Node.js, here is my Windows installer for Node.js. Most of this is just extremely boring life. What is Node.js? What a great question. What is Node.js? Node.js, according to my fancy AI, is a JavaScript runtime environment built on Chrome VC, blah, blah, blah. Node.js is sort of like the ability to create an environment within an environment. So, you know, if this was like it's like a sandbox. It's like a digital coding sandbox. And what that enables you to do is kind of interface with a lot of these coding tools. And sort of run with them using JavaScript as the primary sort of language that you're interfacing with. Outside of that, I really don't care too much what it is. I need it to do this, and I need Node.js to do that, and so Node.js is downloaded. And then we want to get into, my apologies. We're going to get back in here and be like, okay, well, display progress of downloads, Node.js. Okay, execute this file. Preparing to install. Yes, indeed. I accept the term. If you don't accept the terms, they don't let you install it. I also have never read the terms because, oh my God, who has? Then go next. And they already know this. So, you know, it's not like this is a revolutionary thing for everybody. So this is now going to install Node.js for us, and then we're going to get to the next step. This is the part where sometimes you're kind of sitting there and you're like, well, is this happening at the right time? Is it happening at the right speed? You know, each computer is different, so the speeds change. So you don't really have to worry too much. If you're not certain if something has happened properly, most people who learn to code tend to also create videos for teaching it. So you'll get somebody new to kind of show you how to do that one online on YouTube. And I really don't advocate for too many coding courses. Doing one or two is kind of nice, but you don't need to do too many. Okay, so that one was done. So we have done, and I've made the instructions fairly self-explanatory, just because you're gonna have to learn how to do this stuff on your own a little bit, so it's gonna be frustrating when you're doing it otherwise. So okay, so let's create a new project now. We're getting exciting. 3. Finally we get to create projects and stuff. Okay, so now we need our handy dandy VS Code, which we're gonna code off of. We're going to code in VS Code here, and you can do this one of two ways if you would like. You can actually do it manually the way I'm going to show you how to do it, or you can use the terminal to do it. I see, you know what, the terminal and I are friends, but we're not besties. So I don't really need the terminal a lot. I don't use it to navigate because I kind of like having a graphical interface. But if you like doing all of that stuff, and eventually people sort of become experts, they do like doing that stuff, so that you can do it there. So I'm gonna go explore here, and we're gonna create a new project. And this is the project we're gonna connect everything to, and we're gonna see what it is. So I'm in VS Code now, and I want to create a project saying hello world. So I'm here. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to say okay, demo, outline, new file, new folder, not here. You know, this is my problem with a lot of this stuff, is open folder. Okay, so here I'm on desktop. I'm just going to create it here. Oh great, cancel VS Code, hello world. See, this is my problem. I always forget these little things that I'm doing. So this was the demo. We have to close this and open a new one. File, open editors. How did I do this the last time? New file. Cancel this stupid thing. Go away. Now this is where it becomes obvious when you are not a professional at this thing. Explorer is right here. You know what? I might just do this on the computer. Okay. I'm gonna go here on my main thing, go here, and then go, okay, create this folder in my graphical interface here. Go open hello world, enter. And if you wanted to do it on git bash here, you could have gone into cd desktop, no such file, ls. This is my life now. Where are we? We are going to have to end up somewhere else now. I am in, this is why I hate this thing. You have to figure these things out, and then I don't quite always know them. No such file or directory. So I don't even know where I am now. Okay, cd min, there we go. There we go. Now we're in this thing. What is this? I have no idea. We are going to stop this now so I can figure this thing out. Pause.